Hello, Manchester United fans, and welcome to today's episode of Tiki Taka Talks. So, Manchester United played against Aston Villa yesterday night, which was a very interesting game, although it had its ups and downs. And there are some things we are going to talk about. For example, Bruno Fernandes' injury. Another thing is Matthias Cunha chances that he missed. Who else? Benjamin Sesko, the chances that he missed, and that midfield issue that we have currently at Manchester United. So let's dig deep. First thing first, the game started very well. It was a very interesting game to watch since we had high hopes for that game. Although we knew that Newcastle had a higher chance of winning against us since they are in their best form ever in the Premier League. They currently sit on number 3, if I'm not wrong, currently in the EPL, while Manchester United are currently number 7 in the EPL. So that difference is a major one for us since Unai Emery really wanted to score and win that game so that he can end an almost 100 years statistics or history that they have not won 10 games in a row. And Manchester United were looking forward to also win, to go a 10-game unbeaten run since that Everton game that we lost last month. But all in all, there are some things that we can say they were up to the par for Manchester United. Let's talk about now all the players currently. Number one, Senila means there is a problem at the back department. I know many of you will not concur with me, but Seni Lamens has been conceding a lot of goals. I think when he sees a shot that comes in his way, he always looks at it and lets it pass over the board. The two goals that was scored by Aston Villa by one guy named Rogers, this guy had to just time Senila Mens on those corners, on the right corners of the post. Senila Mens just saw the balls pass over him, but he did not make any effort to catch those balls. It has been a problem in Manchester United for quite a long time currently. Since Senila Mens came on, we just had one clean sheet, and we can see the progress from Onana to Lamens, but it is not that vivid or clear for us as fans of Manchester United. So Senil Lamens didn't play as best as he could, although he tried to save some goals, but not at his par. We all know that Senil Lamens can be a very good goalkeeper for us. Yes, he's a very good goalkeeper since we saw his stats from Royal Antwerp before we bought him. So we saw also that the two goalkeepers were trying to see or prove that they are the best in each. You could all remember that during the transfer window, we also wanted to buy Emi Martinez from Aston Villa. And it was a very big deal until the last minute that Manchester United say that they are not going for an older person, give or take, or an experienced person. They'll go for a long-term project for Senil Lamens at a lower price and with good stats to back him up. So Senil Lamens, for me, uh, he's not that perfect in that goal, but there is still room for improvement for him. Though we can see his progress very much. Another person I'm going to talk about is Lenny Yoro. Lenny Yoro, those two goals that we considered yesterday were from him. I am going to put all the blame to him since he was trying to go forward and even losing the ball. While coming back, he could not target the ball and even get the ball as fast as he should. That is a major blow to us since Lenny Yoro, he's a very good defender for us. But sometimes you know that the ball always bounces on your side and it gets you frustrated and so on and so forth. But Lenny Yoro, since he's the youngest player ever to play in the defense, he's doing his part, but not that bad. He's not that bad, but we still have a very high room for improvement for him. So that is Lenny Yoro. So the two goals that we considered were from him. Let's go to Aiden Heaven. Aiden Heaven was playing a very good role in that centre back. He was the pivot in that defense department for Manchester United. We all could see what he could do. His interceptions, his duels were on point for us as Manchester United. Although we lost the game, but you could see that the blocks that he did, we could have easily been with lost with a very big margin. That's what I mean. But his impact is well felt. So that was a good deal that we did from Arsenal during the transfer window and brought him into the Manchester United squad. Luke Shaw plays a very good role in that left back. Although We all saw that his duels and also his passes are quite on point, and even he's an experienced player after he played 300 games for Manchester United. But I think what is failing us as Manchester United is that we don't come back, or after we have just pressed the ball to the opposite opponent, we don't retract back and come and defend the ball fully as the unit. Do you see what Arsenal does in their game? Whenever they lose their ball while they were attacking, every player, the 11 players, the 10 players in the field, all come back and defend the ball together with the goalkeeper. That's why they are getting all those clean sheets from the EPL easily. But for us, I think we have a lot of just the way that Ruben Amorim had said that the kids or the players have a lot of issues in entitlement. They feel entitled to be playing for Manchester United, but that is not the way it should be. I think the players should look forward to that unit and play as a unit. I think also there was a time that Benjamin Sesko was given a ball directly from Aiden Heaven, a very good cross, but now Sesko he lost that ball and Emi Martinez got a block to it, but it was a very good goal. We anticipated that goal from him since we know that he's our immediate number 9. I think Benjamin Sesko will have to up his game fully and look forward to being the best striker that we look up to him. That's what I want to talk about. I think by now he should have scored more than 8 goals, as Brian Bomo has during the first few matches that we've had together. So for me, Luke Shaw played a good role, but now in terms of conceding the ball and not coming back for the ball is what makes him become not that good as much as we all see him as an England player and a very good not centre back, but a left back. So his replacement, who is Lisandro Martinez, came in the second half and played a very good role for us. He was a good block for us since we all know what the butcher can do. So he held that ball perfectly well, and he was the person who was creating those chances after Luke Shaw was taken off. I want to talk about now the captain himself, Bruno Fernandes. We all saw what happened in that game. Bruno Fernandes was taken out in the halftime after he had an injury to his left in his legs. That is. But while we were playing, also that he stopped the ball and looked at his foot and even requested a change before the halftime break. But Ruben Amorim said that he should just finish the first half fully. Then after the first half, he's going to be replaced, and that is what happened. We all feel that because we know the playmaker for our team is Bruno Fernandes. If we lose him in the squad, oh my goodness, it's going to be hectic for us as the players of Manchester United. So we wish Bruno Fernandes a very quick recovery, and we look forward to see him in the next game. Our captain is always our pivot in the midfield. Now, just ask yourself, in this game, Casemiro was not there. He was given 5 yellow cards, so he had to miss this game. Bruno Fernandes has an injury. Kobe Maino had an injury also in training before the game, just on Saturday or Friday. So that was a very big blow for us in the midfield. We all had our first 3 options in the midfield go out of the game or were not part of the game because of an injury. Like Kobe Mainu, he did not even feature for the substitutes for that game that we played against Aston Villa. And the reason Ruben Amorim told us is that he had an ACL injury that he acquired while in training. Believe it or not, that is what take. We all know that Ruben Amorim has not been that frank in time for uh, Kobe Mainu. So that is it. So the midfield, we had a very big challenge yesterday night, but this boy called Fletcher came in, and after he came in, there was a big change that happened in the midfield. He's a very good boy since and a very good history. Since let me give you another history that the Fletcher family has always been part of Manchester United, and most of them, let's say most of them, have all come from the academy in the Carrington. So for him to just appear in the EPL as the youngest Fletcher, that is a big deal for them. So it's a good history that has already been made for a very long time. So for the Fletcher family, thank you for that, boy. He played well. He controlled the game from the midfield, but now the problem came in terms of the pace. The midfield from the Onana from their side, from Aston Villa, could easily go past through Fletcher, and which was not the case when Bruno Fernandes was playing. So Ugarte is another person who is not that perfect or fit for Manchester United, since we could see how he lost the ball in the first 10 minutes and even almost made us to concede the first goal in the first 10 minutes from Talisman. So before that, we saw that what is his name? Dalot. Diego Dalot played a very good role. I think the problem with Dalot, he should be sold now. This boy or this lad has been playing a very bad game for us. He always tries to go for overlaps and leaves Lenny Yoro on his own. And that is the main problem for us. Lenny Yoro is not supposed to be left alone in that left back because Diego Dalot is the person who is supposed to be helping him in that department. But you see that Dalot has been going all even into the final third of the other opponent team side, and even not coming back as fast as much as we all needed him to come back and even help Yoro. So Yoro is not that experienced in the defensive department, and Dalot has been there for a very long time. He should be the person who is showing Lenny Yoro the way to defend and even not concede as much goals as possible. So Dalot made us. He's not a very good player, or has not been playing in the past two games very well. I think it's what Ruben Amorim has been telling him. I think we all see the project that Ruben Amorim has been planning for quite a while. The progress is seen now visibly. The play, we could see the touches, the long balls, and even the duels in terms of conceding the ball and going to take the ball back from the other team. So that is a good plus for us. But when it comes to conceding goals, I think there is a stat that came out last week and say that Manchester United has had more chances in the opposite goal than any other team apart from Manchester City. Look at that stat for you. That means that we have all the potential to score, and even I think we should be having number three or number two currently in the EPL with all that we've had in the past 17 games. But luck has not been on our side. Ruben Amorim is not supposed to be let go, but we should stay with him till the end of the season and see what he can provide for us. But we look forward to it. I think Champions League is on the reach for us, so I look forward to that. But let's still continue with the player stats. So another person is Matthias Cunha. Matthias Cunha is a baller. I agree with everyone who has been talking about Matthias Cunha. The Brazilian is a baller. I think there is no department that Matthias Cunha didn't feature in yesterday's game. He played in every position. He used to come back and defend, go in the forward and even score a goal. That is the only goal that we had yesterday. And it was a very fantastic goal. Although he didn't score as much as we all needed for him because he had a lot of chances for him to score. But we all agree with that one goal. It was a fantastic one and a very good call from Dogu, who gave an assist, and it was a fantastic goal. I agree with that. But Matthias Cunha should be given his flowers early. This is what I mean. Cunha played an important role in yesterday's game for us not to concede a lot of goals. And Cunha also lost a lot of balls that we needed him to score. There was this header that came from also Dogu, and it was a very perfect header for you to score inside the box, but the goal went outside the box. Another person who lost some goals for us is Benjamin Sesko. Benjamin Sesko, while he was playing, there were two chances in the first half that he lost very straight. Our first one was when Emi Martinez, together with a defender from Aston Villa, collided, and he had a chance to score, but now he had a very high press and touched the ball so much that it went almost out of the box and even out of play, but he was able to save it and take it for a throw. So for that, there was a chance in that, a very big chance for him to score. But all in all, we all know that Benjamin Sesko was in an injury and is now fully fit. We look forward for him to score a lot of goals in next year, 2026. So that is all. Bruno Fernandes, we wish him a very quick recovery, of course. Let's talk about the three players who left for AFCON. So yesterday, Mazraoui and Morocco scored, not scored, but they won against Comoros in the AFCON, which was a big deal for them. But his impact in Manchester United was felt. I think he was being ranked or given a percentage of 8.1. Yes, 80. I think he was among the people who gave an assist for the goal that Morocco scored. And Bruno, not Bruno, but Mbeumo and Ahmad, their impact is well felt in Manchester United currently. And it's going to be a whole month of not playing together with the lads. But we look forward to that. Let them finish AFCON, then they join Manchester United and continue providing assets and goals for us to even move up and up and up the ladder for the EPL. So Ruben Amorim are going to rank him an 8 for the performance that he had in that game, although we didn't score or we didn't win, but the chances were on our side. We all had a total of 16 shots, but most of them were not on target. We only had like 8 shots on target, but one was in. So it was a good game. I think the chances we have them, a lot of chances, but now in terms of finishing power, we don't have it. So that's all we're going to talk about today. Thank you for your time and thank you for for your support on my channel. I look forward to more and more content next year, or even the next game and the next game. But next year is going to be bigger and better. Looking forward to it. Thank you very much for the support. Kindly subscribe, share, and like the content so that we can grow as much. I look forward to meeting some people in the next year, so we can talk more and even include some other people into the pod and even talk more and about other teams. But mainly, I'll be talking about Manchester United. So thank you very much. God bless you and God bless Manchester United. Glory, glory, Manchester United.